fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. You know I love our Sundays to sing and have some fun. The true believer and a God receiver, a soul singing son of a gun. I said a soul singing son of a gun, singing joy to the world.
Oh, cool.
Jerry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeremiah.
Let's go back to You Know I Love our Sundays, just to make sure.
You know I love
Yes.
the lady.
Remember to push the word some. Remember to push the word some. Some, when he said to push some. Some.
Anybody ever perceive want to do the frog?
I've done it.
You know we love our Sundays.
Give me
You know
frog.
I love our Sundays, you know.
Frog.
Frog.
Single-minded.
Wrong way.
No, I love our Sundays.
He's going from the beginning again.
We're going back to the beginning?
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning.
We
Okay.
got 4 minutes. Okay.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, except when he would sing so fine. I always like to hear the frog shine, singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. If I was the king of the world, tell you what I'd do. I'd gather all the children in the whole wide world, and I'd make all their dreams come true, singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. You know I love our Sundays to sing and have some fun. I'm a true believer and a God receiver, a soul singing son of a gun. I said a soul singing son of a gun, singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the world. All the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me.
Oh, we do
just
three.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea.
My
Last
bad. Let's do
one.
the last three. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and
Me, it's all about me. It's all about me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Revi, I might need to resync your thing to our receiver.
All right. 1 2 1 2. 2. Test test 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Testing testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Let me get up on stage there. One moment, please. Testing testing. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Test test 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Testing, testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 1 2, 1 2. All right, cool. Thank you.
He's not a person.
Music now at the beginning. Yeah.
All right, friends. So let's relax into our meditative state here. Let's be present to what the musicians are creating for us this morning, this sacred space of meditation and introspection. let's let the sound of this next bell take us to the deepest place within us. Good morning. Let's stand for our first couple of songs. Our musicians for today are the amazing house band, the What Else Is Possible Choir. Woohoo! We love you.
Remember, it's 1, 2. Give me a note. One, two, three.
I have that joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart to stay. I have the love, 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 love down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the love, 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 love down in my heart, down in my heart to stay. I have the peace, 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 peace down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the peace, 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 peace down in my heart, down in my heart to stay. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart, down in my heart today. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart to stay.
You guys sound fabulous this morning. Thank you.
Create in me the life I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Spirit divine. Create in me the love I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Spirit divine. Create in me the help I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Spirit divine. Create in me the faith I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Spirit divine. Create in me the life I need, born of love, joyously. Create in me awakening, Spirit divine.
Wow, you sound amazing. All right. Friends, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste, Namaste Nancy, right on time. Namaste Jen. Namaste to Paula out there. I see you, Paula. Namaste, musicians. Love you. Namaste, honey. Namaste to our high watcher, Delon, Reverend Delon. And namaste to our tech team in the back, Brian and Jesus and Gina. We thank God for you. Namaste to our love streamers. So great to have you all here today. And as you take your seat, please take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise. All right, friends. Namaste, beloveds. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. It is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. Yeah. We exist to raise the vibe, and we envision a joyful, happy world. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. Joy has come to live with me. Let's try that again. Joy has come to live with me. How does it get any better than that? And so it is. And now our practitioner of the day, BJ DiGirolamo, is going to come up and offer our Science of Mind reading for today and also our opening prayer. And for now, I would love to call your attention to the salmon-colored form that was in your program that you picked up when you walked in this morning. Now, the salmon-colored form is a prayer request form. And friends, if there is something weighing heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, like a new car or, a greater place to live, whatever it is, we are a community who loves to pray, and we have a team of praying people, and they're called the Soul Support Team, and there are 8 of us now who receive the prayer requests on Sundays. The practitioner of the day types them up and emails them out to the team, and then we pray over your prayer for the week. How cool is that? And so I want to encourage you to use us, right? Use us. This is a service that we provide, and like I said, we love to pray. And so you can fill this out and fold it up and put it in the offering basket at the end of service, or place it in the prayer request box over here on to my left. And there's also more forms over to my left. So if you have additional requests that you would like to fill out, please do so. There's never too many prayers. And as if that weren't enough, BJ is also available in the foyer after the service for 1-minute miracles. And so it's going to be cutting to the chase, not a lot of story. We don't need the backstory. What would you love to experience in your life right now? And BJ is going to do a little prayer, and boom. Shifted, lifted, and gifted. Right, BJ?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And then lastly, if you come up with something during the week that you would love to have prayer for, you can email us at info@awakeningways.org and put in the subject line prayer request, and the prayer will get forwarded to our soul support team, and we will pray over that. And then we have Reverend Delon Richenberg, who is here in the front row, and he's holding the high watch for us. And so he's in a meditative state, which is actually one of his favorite places to be. And so he's just holding space for the service, and he's perfectly well and good, just so you know, in case you're wondering, what's going on with that dude in the front row? He's holding space for us. All right, and now, without further ado, I will turn it over to you, BJ. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. So I'm going to do a little reading from the Science of Mind 365. That is our book of the year. The good that I experienced yesterday is going to be multiplied today. I cast this good upon every wind of heaven, knowing that it goes out to bless. I condition my mind to accept greater good for myself and others. I wait calmly, but with joy. for the new experiences to come to me, for new opportunities for service. I expect my mind to be flooded with new ideas. I know that the Spirit of the Lord is with me and that the glory of the Lord is around me. So let's take this to prayer. And so turning into that place within where I know that Spirit dwells, I know that there is only one Spirit, one God, one life force, one living Spirit Almighty. Whatever we choose to call it, there is only one. And I know that I am absolutely united with this source. It is one with me, and I am one with it. And so I am united with everything. I am just as much a part of the water behind me as I am with the stage that I stand on. And I'm one with all of you. In knowing this truth, I know that this service is divinely blessed. I know that there is something in the message that Reverend Elizabeth has today that lifts us up and gives us thought for experiencing something different, something new and exciting in our week. I know the music by Jimmy and the band and the choir uplifts us today and just fills us with joy. And so I know that as we go through this service, I know that the divine speaks through Reverend Elizabeth, and the divine lifts each and every one of us up. And I give great thanks for this knowing and this truth and this way of life. And so I just release with a heart full of gratitude into that loving and expressive action of the law where I know it's done. And Spirit says, yes, my beloved, and we claim it together by saying, and so it is.
All right, my friends, if you'll now stand for our next song. We have the, do we have lyrics on the screen? All right, cool.
Does anybody out there speak frog?
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, except when he would sing so fine. I always like to hear the frogs shine, sing the joy to the world. All the
Let's give them a whole lot of love. Woo! Wow. Oh my goodness. That is better than coffee, right? If you're new here, I mean, how cool is that? You come to a Sunday service and we're playing Joy to the World? What? I love it. God, life is so good. Hey, it's a great day to be alive, isn't it? Yeah. It's a great day to be alive in this physical form here with you. I'm definitely pretty stoked about that. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me just look at you. Wow, I see new faces here. New faces, familiar faces. Thank you, Tom. It's a great day. First Sunday in November, yeah? So I wanted to begin with some mental calisthenics. You know, I know we had an extra hour of sleep this morning, so we just got to make sure you're, ready to receive this amazing message today. So let's begin. What do birds say on Halloween? Trick or tweet? Aw, no groans allowed. What do witches order at a hotel? Broom service! Yeah, you're the winner. Second time here, and he wins the joke. All right, so this one is a little different. A friend of mine actually looked into all the different religions and found that all of them, in one way or another, involved abstaining from food. Hindus, for example, give up beef, and Mormons boycott alcohol and coffee. What? That would be difficult. As a Catholic, you can eat anything most of the year, but you have to give up the food you like the most for 1 month out of the year. Right? Where are my Catholics in the room? Yeah? Recovering Catholics? Okay. And then Muslims actually give up all food for 1 whole month out of the year. And so after much deliberation, she decided that she wanted to be Jewish. And she said it was the path of yeast resistance. That was my favorite one. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, how about some applause? That was good. I know. Okay. All right, don't throw me off the stage. So yeah, extra hour of sleep last night. I'd just like to check in and find out if any of you actually came here early. Anybody? One person? Okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, 2 people? Okay. And you're like, where is everybody? Well, thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate that. And so do all of your friends. It's a good day. Someone wise once said, joy is not something that we chase, it is something that we choose to uncover. And I would agree with that. Now, I would love to have you consider at this moment, when was the last time you actually felt joy so complete that it didn't depend on anything outside of you? Yeah, think about that. I'll ask the question again. When was the last time you felt joy so complete it didn't depend on anything outside of you? Joy in the science of mind is not a reward for good behavior. It's the natural state of the awakened mind. Now, I believe it's true that we have an awakening. We have our initial awakening when suddenly we realize there is something greater happening here. Thank goodness, yeah? There's something greater happening. There is a force for good at work. There is only one life. That life is God. That life is my life. Now is the ultimate realization and awakening. And when we hear words, but then when we fully awaken to it, when we really awaken, the meaningless and petty stuff sort of falls away, doesn't it? But then it tries to sneak back in when you least expect it. Right? When you're stressed or when you're overly tired or when something happens that you wish wouldn't have happened. Anybody ever experienced that? Recently, I guess, would be the question today. Something happens, and you fall down, right? And so we're here together in spiritual community. We lift each other up. And so fall down 7 times, stand up 8. It's a proverb. a Japanese proverb, I believe. But joy, friends, is the feeling tone of the realization that there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. And in that awakening is when we truly become present to spirit, the spirit that lives within us. And then we go about our days recognizing spirit in different things, and there's an integration, and it takes time, this integration. We have this awakening, this awareness, and then it shows up in every little aspect of our lives, and then sometimes we can't see it in a particular aspect. And so we have everything in perfect alignment except for that one little area, right? And so the call for the month of November is for us to really get present to joy, to really allow that awakening to become the truth in every aspect of our lives, every single aspect. And I'm speaking to me too, right? The minister's always delivering the message to themselves, first and foremost, because there seems like there's always just this one little area that is like, either frustrating or irritating. And for me, I recognize like, wow, why am I not allowing myself to see God in this? Why? What can I do to realign with the presence of love? And then it's a practice, right? Because we realign with it, we realign with it, we realign with it. And then in those moments when we need it the most, it becomes automatic, or something occurs and we go right to that presence of love and can act as God would in our lives. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. And so thank you for loving me when I fall off of that. And loving each other, right? So joy is the feeling tone of the realization of truth itself, capital T, is so magnificent. And I love, there's a few quotes, I always look for Ernest Holmes quotes related to the Seed of Awakening and the topic for the week now. As far as Ernest Holmes and joy, Ernest Holmes is the author of the Science of Mind textbook, which is what we follow here. And this is the teaching that we are affiliated with. And he said, prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. Isn't that cool? Prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. That is exactly what I was just talking about. When something occurs in your life, what would the best possible outcome be? Isn't that a tiny little shift in perspective that we can have instead of like, whatever the knee-jerk reaction is? What would it be like for us to go, well, what's the best possible outcome here? And in saying that, you're actually preparing yourself to receive the best that life has to offer on multiple levels, yes? And then have the will to be well, to be happy, and to live in joy is another Ernest Holmes quote. And this quote is a reminder for me that it's a choice, that I can choose to be well, happy, and live my life in joy. I get to choose. And I've heard this word a lot in the past, I don't know, maybe just the whole year, trigger. Everybody's getting triggered. You're triggering me. I'm triggered when you say that. I'm triggered when you look at me. I'm triggered when you talk that way. I'm triggered. Trigger, trigger, trigger. We need a song. Somebody create a song. Trigger. No, that word is coming up a lot, and it's like, what's getting triggered is something of the past, okay? And so I love the statement, do you want to live in the mystery or do you want to live in the history? That's powerful. Do you want to live in the mystery or do you want to live in the history? Now, the trigger is based on the history, yes? And so what would it be like to feel it and then not energize it with that word? Because that word alone triggers me. Trigger, right? I go, ugh. Don't you constrict? Like, trigger. You feel that, right? It's like, ah. But that doesn't happen when I say glimmer. Ooh, sparkly. So even the words alone that we're using to describe our experiences have so much power, yes? And so that word alone, I'm removing. You're never going to hear that word from me again. No, not this month anyway. Maybe some other time. But I'm going to really work to remove that word because it really does. I guess it's a good description of what happens. But what happens in those moments is, so our brains are wired in such a way that it associates things, yes? And so at some point, we carved a neural pathway. We've had an experience. Something that someone said reminds us of that experience. And then it goes, I know, this is how I'll respond. But for us, awakened beings, awakened spiritual beings, we can go, oh, wait a minute. That's not who I am. And thank you for reminding me of how I used to be. But I'm an awakened spiritual being. And as an awakened spiritual being, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to actually use this for my own growth and use this to turn it around? To make good of it? So friends, our book of the month is Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity by Amy Steinberg. And it's actually a journal. And it's a journal for like coloring and writing gratitude lists and, doodling and all this cool stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. But one poignant thing that I discovered immediately was she's talking about hearts, right? She's talking about hearts and she says, oh, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word heart? And then, well, what comes to your mind? Okay. Well, she goes, that time when my dad had a heart attack and died. And that's like, what? What? Right? That's the T word, yeah? So for her, it created that. And then she said, I know, yuck, right? And she was like, what am I going to do with that? So I have that association, but the good that came of that experience, I'm getting God bumps. The good that came of that experience is that I learned to be more compassionate and loving toward people who are experiencing their loved ones passing or whatever, but her heart really opened and expanded, right? So while on the surface, it seems like a negative thing, yeah? But she has moved beyond that and made good of it. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? And so we have these things that come up, but how can we make good of them? How can we make good? What are we going to do with it now? Yes? Because we're either living in the mystery or we're living in the history. What am I going to choose? The mystery. Every time. The mystery is where joy exists. The mystery is the greatest love of all. The mystery is the thing that is holding my heart and it's the keeper of my spirit and it loves me in my deepest sorrow and in my deepest heartbreak, in my deepest loss. It's the mystery that persists, the invisible guest, right? And so I'm going to keep choosing that. And that doesn't give me a license to go out and do a bunch of negative things and go, well, I'm living in the mystery, not the history. It's not that. No, it's not that. This is about living in the mystery. And as we live in the mystery, we're going to be more selective about the words we say to ourselves, the words we say to each other and the world, and what we carry out. We've got to be conscious though, yes? And it's a practice. I will remind you all, and I'm reminding myself, it's a practice, yes? It's a practice, one day at a time, one moment at a time, sometimes. All right. And the last quote from Ernest Holmes that I want to share here today is, life is not something to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in a fullness, without limit. Life is not something to be endured. Like, we're not just putting up with this thing called life until it's time to move on to the next realm of existence. I mean, this giant comet could, like, come into Earth any moment, right? The Atlas, what is it? Atlas, I had to bring it up, right, Travis? Thank you. What is it? The Atlas 31.3, come on, where are my scientists in the room? Wow, okay. Well, I'll mark that one out as to never bring up again. Shoot. I forgot the name of it. It wasn't even in my notes. Asteroid. Thank you, Jim. Not a comet, it's an asteroid. Atlas something or other. Anyway, look it up, you guys. Come on. There's this thing out there, and people are like, well, what is it? It's a mystery, right? It's a mystery. And so are we living in the mystery or the history? Now, joy and happiness are both positive emotions, but joy is a deeper, more enduring feeling that comes from within, while happiness is often a fleeting emotion that is tied to external circumstances. Happiness can be described as an external reaction to a good event, while joy is an internal state of contentment and meaning that can exist even amidst challenges. Does that sound like the divine or what, right? It's always there, even in the midst. That's why, I always say we can hold multiple truths at once. Yeah, I can have joy when there are things going on in the world that I'm not too thrilled about. Or there's something in my life that I'm not thrilled about. Because if I don't have the joy, then I'm going to succumb to negativity and more darkness, which we know about the law of attraction, right? Then we end up finding more things to be negative about. Or we can choose joy and find the good. Make the good, right? Sometimes we cannot find the good. We've got to make the good of it. Are you with me? Yes. All right, cool. Okay. Now, the last line of what I just read is what inspired me the most out of that paragraph. While joy is an internal state of contentment and meaning that can exist even amidst challenges. And what struck me about that is meaning. We are meaning-making machines. We make things mean certain things. What? And everybody makes it mean something different. Yeah. So I know all of your little brains go, well, what does that mean? You get it? What does that mean? Our brains are fast at work, so quick, right? Meaning-making machines. I remember when I was younger, a lot younger, and I was dating, and I was like, first starting to date, and I had this boyfriend, and then I remember thinking, if he calls me before 1, that means he loves me. Like that, right? What? What? I did that, though. And then if he didn't call me, I was done. He called me, but, I was like, okay. Meaning-making machines, that's a small example, right? We assign meaning to everything. If I say this, if I look at you this way, it means something. If I look at you this way, it means something. If I don't look at you, it means something. You get it? We're meaning-making machines. And so, as meaning-making machines and conscious beings of light and love, we get to choose the meaning we want to assign to things, right? So every time you see a blue shirt, you could have that mean joy. Yes? Every time you see 11:11 on the clock, ascend. That's one of my favorite things. And then we learned something in Bali that just came up spontaneously that I'm going to share, and it was about love. We're going to make it about joy. And so this was about... Actually, we'll keep it with love. This was about our birth date. And so everyone's birth date comes on the clock, right? Month and day. And so mine is 10/23. And so at 10/23, it happens twice in a day. What if I were to stop in that moment and just, if I had a mirror nearby or not, I could look at myself and do this, but if not, sometimes you're driving, just to say to myself, I love you, Elizabeth Rowley, Hogue. I love you. Yeah? So I encourage you to try that at home. And you could also assign that time to feel joy, I think you're going to feel the joy as well as the love when you do that. And then it was so fun because we had everybody's birthdays then recorded. And so we're driving in the van all around Bali. And whenever it was someone's birthday, someone would say, I love you, Lori. We go, I love you, Lori. And it became this beautiful love fest, yeah? And so all of that to say, we made that time mean something. You get me? So this is going to be one of your calls to action. Now I want to read something that I don't know that I've read here before, and it's so powerful. This is in the Science of Mind textbook. I have the leather-bound version here. Bottom of page 549. I'm going to grab some water first. And you can totally close your eyes or just rest your gaze a few inches or feet in front of you and take this in. This is a meditation. Page 549, once again at the bottom. It's called I Am Complete in Thee. Almighty God, everlasting good, eternal Spirit, maker of all things and keeper of my life, Thou art all. Infinite presence within, in whom all live, joy supreme, flooding all with gladness, I adore Thee. Eternal peace, undisturbed and quiet, I feel Thy calm. O Thou who dost inhabit eternity and dost dwell within all creation, who dost live through all things and in all people, hear Thou my prayer. I would enter Thy gates with joy and live at peace in Thy house. I would find a resting place in Thee and in Thy presence live. Make me to do Thy will, and from Thy wisdom teach me the ways of truth. Compel me to follow Thee and let me not pursue the paths of my own counsel. O eternal and blessed presence, illumine my mind and command my will that my soul may be refreshed and that my life may be renewed. As deep cries unto deep, so my thought cries unto Thee, and Thou dost answer. I am renewed and refreshed. My whole being responds to Thy love, and I am complete in Thee. All my ways are guarded and guided, and I shall live with Thee eternally. O lover of my soul and keeper of my spirit, none can separate us, for we are one. So shall Thy wisdom guide me, Thy presence dwell within me, Thy love keep me, and Thy life envelop me now and forevermore. I rest in Thee. And so it is. Do you feel that? Yeah. So cultivating joy is an intentional practice of engaging in activities and adopting mindsets that foster a lasting internal sense of contentment, independent of external circumstances. And some of the mindset practices and actual mental practices that we can do to cultivate joy include practicing gratitude. And it's our perfect month for that. And by the way, it was a toss-up for me this month. joy, or creativity. Because every November we have gratitude or thankfulness or, whatever synonyms we can come up with. But it's really, how can we cultivate that thankfulness and joy in the midst of the month of November and Thanksgiving, yes? And so, practice gratitude. Giving thanks helps us shift our focus from what we lack into what we have. So you can start a gratitude journal. And number 2, being mindful and present. And that is about focusing on the here and now rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. So you really want to engage all of your senses to savor the simple moments, right? Like enjoying morning coffee or the feeling of sun on your skin. Yeah? Engage those 5 senses and take it all in. That is how we can be very mindful and very present. Number 3, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would a friend. Rather than being overly self-critical. Can anyone be overly self-critical here? Right. It's like, what's the point? We wouldn't treat our friends that way. Cultivate optimism. This is consciously training our brains to notice and appreciate good things. Positively reframe circumstances whenever possible. Make good of it, yes? Focusing on problem solving rather than just complaining, because complaining is really a waste of our energy. And so this month we are following this book, Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity. So we cultivate this joy by being creative, and that includes creative in our thinking, creativity in our thoughts. And this isn't to say, oh, don't feel your feelings. It's to say, don't dwell in them and build a condo there, right? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, don't build a condo and stay there forever, right? That's my modern version of that. Embrace all emotions is the next one. So allow yourself to feel the difficult emotions, sadness, frustration, and if we acknowledge them rather than suppress them, we end up in a better mental state overall and make space for joy. See, we've got to make space for joy. And joy kind of gets pushed out. They're joy stealers, like comparison is a thief of joy. What are some other thieves of joy? Judgment, complaining, the T word, right? And then there are actions and behaviors that we can really adopt that are going to help us experience joy in our lives. Number 1 on this list is building strong relationships. Like, who is your bestie in this room? Who are your spiritual buddies? Do you have spiritual buddies? And if not, what can you do to cultivate spiritual buddies, right? Everyone needs a spiritual buddy, at least one, Build strong relationships, and then you start where you are, and then you can build on that. Like, we have a women's group, and the women's group is a large group of women, and so we're really working on going deeper together, and the call for us is to go into smaller groups so that the smaller groups can really take it to a deeper level. And this takes time, but with persistence and commitment, it will happen. It's a little bit at a time, isn't it? And it's so beautiful. Build strong relationships. The next is perform acts of kindness, random acts, or just do something for another person. Imagine that, right? And by the way, big props to those of you that do come early and do all of this good for us. A lot of you don't even realize that they're the choir members. That's a volunteer position. Can I have the choir members stand? Anybody want to give you stand up so we can give you some love? Yeah. Yeah, look at them. Thank you. And Jimmy and Ron in the back. Now, we have a couple of paid positions. Of course, Jimmy's paid, and Karen and Jesse get a little bit, but it's a little bit. So thank you, right? These are volunteers. What other volunteers we have? Did you know that Susan, I saw her come in with this tray of deliciousness. It was like some amazing bagels. Was it your Waldorf thing? No. Oh, okay, something good. It's something good, and it's back there, but she made these for us this morning. Isn't that amazing? Wow. And then we had Joy. So Joy, will you stand up? We got to give Joy some love. Her name is Joy. Joy is the seed of awakening for November. Now, Joy is at the info table. This is a volunteer position. She does that every Sunday. Sells magazines, sells the book of the month, answers questions, guides people, and all kinds of amazing good. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. And then we have Tom and Mark and Jim and some others who aren't here today that come here around 8 a.m. every Sunday. And they get here and they set up the music equipment. This is Church in a Box. They set this up. Let's give them some love. We don't appreciate you all enough, I mean, can you imagine if I had to come in at 8 and set all this stuff up myself? I would probably be cranky by the time I got up here, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you. It means a lot to me and to everyone in this room. And then we have Jen, and who are our other greeters? We have Kat this morning, ushers and greeters, who are standing outside to greet people outside before they even come in. And since they started doing that, we've had people that are just walking by come in because they see them. It's so cool, right? I love that. Give them some love too. Yeah. And then, did I forget anybody? Gina and the tech team. I mean, Gina gets paid. So we pay staff, but it's a small amount, right? Gina and Brian in the back, and the other Brian, who we're calling Kevin. So Gina, Brian, Kevin. And Jesus is here somewhere. Oh, he left. He was just helping out. So Jesus, by the way, was with us for like almost 2 years, I think, and he graduated as a nurse. And so he's not going to be able to be here, but he did such great good for us every Sunday. Reliable, showed up and helped us get on our love stream. How cool is that? And everyone else, Travis gets paid a small stipend. Yes, I know, right? And he does. So here's something you don't know about Travis: booking agent and artist liaison. And so he makes sure that the guest musicians who come in are set, that they have their order of service. He does all of this without anybody, even the board doesn't know what he does. He works with them, finds out what kind of tea they would love to have. Do they want honey, in the tea? And then he brings that in one of his thermoses. I mean, how awesome is that? And he makes them feel so loved, makes sure that they got their tables set up and that they have food if they need it, and all of this pre-arrival stuff, so that when they arrive, they just feel so loved up and taken care of that they're so happy to be here. Nobody knows that he's doing that in addition to arranging or scheduling stuff with them. Yeah, give them some more love. Okay. All right. So there's so many, and I'm sure there's so many I haven't named, but it's all of these, they're just little things, right? You don't have to do like you don't have to do a solo song, to get into service. It's about, if you're a joyful person and you want to be a greeter, yeah. Or, any act of kindness, doing for others, helping a neighbor, offering that sincere compliment, yes? Being of service actually boosts our self-esteem, and it makes us feel that joy. It provides us a sense of purpose, my friends. And so a sense of purpose, having a sense of purpose, cultivates joy. And it's that natural feeling. And not having a sense of purpose makes us feel like there's something missing, but we can't quite name it oftentimes. And this will help you. You can engage in your enjoyable hobbies, prioritize your physical health, get your body moving, and look forward to moving that body. Simplifying your life leads to sustained joy, and I'm working on that right now, decluttering physical and digital spaces. That's a new thing, isn't it? The digital spaces can get cluttered up too. Spending time in nature, spending time in prayer and in meditation. And so in my office, I cleared a space and put in a new area where I would meditate. So I put a chair in a specific spot because we moved and I had so much stuff all over and still unpacking and all of that. And so now I've got this beautiful space waiting for me. And that makes me feel joy. I am experiencing joy because it's like a space for my conscious connection with the God of my understanding, you know? Make space for that, you guys. Make space for it. Setting those achievable goals that are meaningful for you, all of that good. This is all going to help you cultivate that joy in your life. All right, and so now I have something to share with you, which is something that I wrote. So I got to share the Ernest Holmes writing. And this is If Joy Had a Soul. If Joy Had a Soul by Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue. If joy had a soul, it would be a living sunrise, never static, always rising. It would feel like the first breath after laughter that surprises you, warm and weightless, expanding in your chest until your ribs forget their bones. It would hum, It would hum in a key just above silence, a vibration you sense in your teeth and the soles of your feet. Its color isn't one shade, but every shade at once, the way a prism catches light and refuses to choose. This soul would move like a child chasing soap bubbles, light-footed, reckless with wonder, popping each moment just to watch it shimmer into the next. It would carry the scent of rain on hot pavement and the sound of a song you almost remember. Touch it and your fingertips would tingle with the memory of every good thing that ever happened to you, even the ones you forgot you knew. It wouldn't speak in words, but in sparks. The crackle of a match struck in the dark, the pop of a champagne bottle, the hush before a secret is shared. It would forgive instantly, not out of weakness, but because holding grudges would weigh it down, and joy's soul is built for flight. At its core, it would be fearless in its tenderness, reaching for your hand in a crowded room, slipping into the pause between heartbeats, reminding you that being alive is already the punchline to a joke the universe told itself. And so it is. Thank you, friends. All right, so I'll call the musicians to come on up and prepare for our final song, our closing song, not our final song. And as they make their way up, I just want to wrap it up with saying that joy is a state of consciousness, my friends. It's not a circumstance. Joy is not a circumstance. It's a state of consciousness. Joy is not the absence of pain. It is the presence of our alignment with truth. Joy is like sunlight. Clouds, aka our thoughts, they don't destroy the sun, they just obscure it. So those clouds, those thoughts, and our work this week is to part them so that we can feel the joy that is inherent within us, the joy that is our birthright, not contingent upon external things happening, but just there because we are. because we exist. And the practice for this week is an invitation for you to, number one, start a joy journal. Write 3 things each day that sparked joy, not just made you happy. And number 2, create a joy anchor for yourself. Pick a word, a gesture, or a song that instantly returns you to joy, and practice that 3 times a day. I just got a download. I may just throw on this song that you guys sang, Joy to the World. Wait, what's the name of that song? Oh, Joy to the World, okay. They thought it was Jeremiah. I didn't say that. All right, friends. So pick an anchor as a word, a gesture, or a song that instantly returns you to that joy, and use that 3 times a day. And lastly, go forth, my friends, not to find joy, but to let joy find you, because it never left. And so it is. All right, so let's wrap it up with a closing prayer. I invite you to take a couple of breaths here with me. And one more together. And in this space, in this presence, I turn my attention inward and know that I am connected to the presence of joy. I am joy, and I experience joy in all that I think, in all that I say, and in all that I do, because it is the thing itself that lives within me, and there's only one presence. It is here right now, expressing itself in, through, and as each one of us. And I remember this, and I remember that the joy that lives with me is the same joy that lives within you and you and you and them and they and us and we, the entire manifest universe. And in that presence of joy, I can relax. And I remember there's nothing to defend, there's nothing to protect, there's nothing I need to brace myself for other than pure love and joy, just for the sake of being alive. This life is joy. Joy has come to live with me. How can I be sad? This joy is here always, and I bring this joy out into the world. And this joy is here for me in every moment. I'm so grateful for this, and I'm so grateful to know that this joy exists no matter what. It is here in the now, in my weeping, in my rejoicing, in my glory. I know that it is for me, just like God is for me. And I think of it going forward as a synonym for the divine. Joy. 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 I can even let that one word be my anchor. Joy. And feel what bubbles up. It takes me all the way back to that time in the cave in India when the yogi came up to me and said, "You are God in form. You are God in form." And I felt this energy burst all the way from my toes and out the top of my head. And it was joy, 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 joy. And so I know that cells are waking up in our bodies as we think about joy and experience joy. And it's that tingly, wonderful, magnificent sensation. And so we bring this joy out into the world, and I'm so grateful for this. And I know that the rest of our week is blessed. This day is blessed, the week and the month, and God is good in my life and in the life of each one of us as I release my word, knowing it is so, and so it is. So it is. Thank you.
God is joy.
Woohoo!
I believe in God, absolute and mighty. God is all there is. Everything is God. and so it is. I believe in life.
I believe
It's
in
precious
life.
in its fullness.
Precious.
God is all there is.
All there is.
Everything is God.
It's all God.
We are all connected
God, God, God.
in unity and spirit. God is all there is. Everything is God. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe.
I believe. I believe. I believe.
Upon our prayers directly.
All right, friends, thank you so much. It's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? And my friends, I invite you to consider, if this service has inspired you in any way, please consider making a donation to Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living. It helps us continue to do great work in the world. Yeah. And if you're tuning in on the live stream, you can make your donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. And if you are in the room and you forgot your cash or checkbook, we have a QR code on the back of the program that you can scan with your smartphone. All right, and I invite you to please take your gift and place it over your heart, or you can take your hand and place it over your heart. We have a blessing, and I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. So it is. Woo! All right.
God is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
All right, so let's just turn within now. I'm just so grateful and thankful for each and every donation that has been placed in this basket. And I just bless it moving forward, knowing that it does great work for our spiritual community here. And it just ripples out through our town of Atascadero and through our county and through the world. It just ripples and just does such good work. And I'm just so grateful for this. And so it is.
All right, my friends, and now we're going to go ahead and invite Sonia and the children up. Come on in, let's give them the cue.
So we went on an adventure and used our imagination. We looked for special acorns and learned how the acorns grow under the big oak trees. And what else did we do? We did our meditation where we connected to our hearts. And then we played the game Hot Cold as like our intuition, where our intuition was telling us step by step if we were getting a little bit warmer, a little bit hotter, or a little bit colder, to find the gifts of God. And we talked about how God loves us. So Alani has our affirmation, and we're going to say it with her.
God loves me. We shine like stars.
Good job.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's now time for our announcements. Will our announcements angel please come forward? Tom.
Good morning, fellow metaphysicians. I'm pleased to see all your smiling faces. While we're all on our own unique journey, we also share in the universal nature of this quest together today. Let's see what we have going on here. Our team's been busy. Starting tomorrow, November 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Reverend Elizabeth will be hosting a creativity lab. Yes, come on, go ahead, come on. To awaken your creative spirit through music, journaling, and joyful expression in a 4-week journey. The investment's $100, which includes all the books needed. It'll be held at our center on El Camino Real. If you'd like to attend, please see the setup table back there with the info on it. Also tomorrow at the center, from 6 to 8:30, but arrive a little 15 minutes early, is our Men's Connection Circle. Let me read from our resident lay Balinese monk, Travis, who has given us our focus for the month. And I want to thank Greg Ballinger for being our facilitator. Ballinger. Here we go. Our men's circle is going to focus on the same message you're hearing today, a sacred spark that ignites the radiant essence within your soul. This divine creative force flows from the heart of the universe, connecting you to an eternal source of light and love. Through soulful practices, playful exploration, and deep, heartfelt connection, we'll nurture moments of pure delight that ripple through your spirit, harmonizing mind, body, and soul. Join us on this sacred journey to unlock the transformative magic of joy, cultivating an luminous state of being that uplifts your spirit. Does that not sound enticing? On Sunday, November 16th, we're excited to host our annual Love's Table Potluck and Maker's Fair at Awakening Ways. Bring your favorite dish to share and enjoy a day of connection, delicious food, and community. We're inviting anyone with creative talent to donate your handmade creations for our Maker's Fair. There are sign-up forms available on the back table, and I'd like to invite Reverend Elizabeth to chat this up a little bit for us.
Thank you. All right. Well, you did such a great job. I mean, wow. I think you covered it all, but another thing that we have going on is this new thing called Basket Bonanza. I know. And we're going to launch that on the 16th. So we have three individuals are donating baskets, and it's going to be a themed basket. So each basket has its own theme, and there will be a raffle. So you'll be able to buy raffle tickets, and then we'll have the baskets available for the next 4 Sundays, and then I think on the 14th of December, we will draw the winners. And so it's just a fun way to raise a little bit of funds for us during this season of giving, and also an opportunity for someone to win something. How cool is that, right? And then, thank you. Yeah, and so this is a soft launch. You know, we're only going to have 3 baskets this time, but if it goes over well, we'll do it again next year and invite more folks to participate. All right, and then I also wanted to put another plug. He mentioned the Creativity Lab, which starts on Monday, we're going to be using these two books, Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity, and the coloring book. So I already have these, and it's going to be so fun because, I mean, fun. We're going to make our way through the book, right from the heart, and then we're going to doodle hearts, for example, and then, time for a gratitude break. And we're just going to make our way through this. So it's not like a lecture thing, but a fun creativity and just kind of hanging out together and being in that joy together. And I invite you to join us. We'll provide the pens and all that. Okay, thanks, Tom. Back to you.
Okay, so on Tuesday, November 18th from 6 to 7:30 p.m., join us for a transformative evening with Brian Lotman, a traveling monk who has led hundreds of spiritual gatherings across the U.S. and Canada. Through mystical mantra, sacred breath, and guided meditation, Brian invites you to awaken the chakras, repair the aura, and experience deep spiritual rejuvenation. Also, we're off to a good start with stuffing the bins for our loaves and fishes donation, so let's keep it going for the month of November. In addition to the two books that Reverend Elizabeth mentioned, don't forget to pick up the November-December Science of Mind magazine. It's only $12 at the book table over there. Next Sunday, our guest speaker will be our own Reverend Delon Richenberg. Yeah. And of course, lastly, please join me by giving a big round of applause to all our hard-working volunteers and Jim Peterson and our dedicated staff for making this possible.
Are you saying that Jim Peterson is not a hardworking volunteer? Whoa, I'll take that. All right, one more thing that actually the reason I was called up during the Maker's Fair part was not to actually talk about the basket bonanza, I just remembered, was to talk about the fact that we have this Maker's Fair every year, and what it is we're asking members of our community to make a donation, something that you craft or create, or whatever you have, earrings or candles, or some of you make soap or quilts or pillowcases, I don't know, whatever it is, shawls, some of you are knitters, things that you make, photography, pictures or artwork, all of that stuff. And we're going to have a table. You're going to donate your goods, and then individuals are going to buy them. So please make sure that it says somewhere what you think the payment or the price of it should be. And then people buy that, and then the money goes towards Awakening Ways. And so it's just a fun little way to share your creativity, your talent with us, and raise a little bit of funds for us. All right, now let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, it got me right in the ear. Alrighty. Hi, so good to see you. How fun. And you brought Mama too. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for coming.
For having us.
Are you feeling the joy?
Yeah.
Getting there, huh? Yeah, good. All right. Oh, come on in. Yeah. Whoa, we lost people. Okay. All right, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone? That God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Thanks, Travis. Yeah, he's got long enough arms. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called joy. Joy is in my mind. Joy is in my body. Joy is in my pocketbook. Joy is in my relationships. Joy is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I express it. I believe it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woo!
May I be filled with loving